In the quiet countryside of Eastern Europe stood a decrepit watchtower known as the Devil's Tower. Built centuries ago, the tower had a dark reputation, shrouded in tales of occult rituals and malevolent spirits. It was said that during the Middle Ages, a cult dedicated to dark arts used the tower for their ceremonies, summoning entities from beyond. Locals avoided the area, believing the tower to be cursed. Riley, a popular travel vlogger known for exploring haunted and abandoned places, decided to document the Devil's Tower for his channel. Intrigued by the sinister legends, he saw it as a perfect opportunity to attract viewers. Armed with his camera, drone, and recording equipment, Riley set off, despite warnings from the locals. Arriving at the site, Riley felt a chill in the air, a stark contrast to the warm summer day. The tower loomed ominously, its stones darkened with age and ivy crawling up its sides. As he set up his camera, Riley began narrating the history of the Devil's Tower, describing the rumored rituals and the unexplained disappearances of those who dared to enter. Inside, the tower was even more foreboding. The walls were covered in strange symbols, and the air was thick with the smell of decay. Riley's flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows. He could almost hear faint whispers, but he attributed it to his imagination. Determined, he climbed the spiral staircase, the steps creaking under his weight. On the first floor, Riley found a small room with an altar at its center. The altar was stained, and old, melted candles surrounded it. He set up his camera, capturing every detail. Suddenly, his equipment picked up strange interference, and his audio recorder began to emit static. Riley felt a cold breeze, despite there being no windows. A sense of unease settled over him, but he pushed on. As he reached the top of the tower, the view was breathtaking, but the atmosphere was anything but. Riley launched his drone to get aerial shots of the surroundings, hoping to capture something extraordinary. However, the drone's footage revealed something chilling. Figures robed in black, forming a circle around the tower. Riley dismissed it as a camera glitch, but the figures were too distinct to ignore. Descending back into the tower, Riley decided to investigate the basement. The entrance was hidden, but he eventually found it under a pile of debris. The basement was cold and damp, the air heavy with a metallic scent. As he explored, he stumbled upon a large, ancient-looking book, bound in dark leather. The book was filled with drawings of rituals and incantations in a language he couldn't understand. Suddenly, the temperature dropped further, and Riley felt an overwhelming sense of dread. He heard footsteps behind him, but when he turned, there was no one. The whispers grew louder, and he could make out fragments of an incantation. Panic set in, and Riley decided to leave. As he climbed the stairs, he felt something grab his ankle. He fell, dropping his flashlight. In the darkness, he saw glowing eyes staring at him from the shadows. Scrambling to his feet, Riley raced up the stairs, the whispers now deafening. He burst out of the tower, gasping for breath. Outside, the figures from the drone footage were gone. He packed his gear hastily and drove back to his hotel, shaken but determined to edit and upload the footage. Back at the hotel, Riley reviewed the recordings. The interference was worse than he remembered, and the whispers were clear and chilling. His drone footage revealed the robed figures encircling the tower, their faces obscured, but their presence unmistakable. As he edited, he noticed something terrifying, a shadowy figure following him throughout the tower, visible only on the footage. Despite his fear, Riley uploaded the video, titling it, "The Devil's Tower, Haunted by Malevolent Spirits." It quickly went viral, viewers captivated by the eerie phenomena he had captured. But the nightmares began. Every night, Riley dreamed of the tower, the whispers haunting his sleep. The shadowy figure from the footage appeared in his room, growing closer each night. Determined to find answers, Riley returned to the village and sought out the oldest resident, a woman named Marta, who was said to know the tower's true history. Marta revealed that the tower was once a place of dark rituals performed by a cult seeking power through summoning demonic entities. The rituals bound spirits to the tower, cursing anyone who entered. Marta warned Riley that by entering the tower and disturbing the artifacts, he had marked himself. The spirits would not rest until he paid for his intrusion. Desperate, Riley asked how he could break the curse. Marta instructed him to return to the tower and perform a cleansing ritual, reciting a specific incantation from the book he had found. With trepidation, Riley returned to the Devil's Tower at dusk, carrying the ancient book and the necessary items for the ritual. Inside the tower, the atmosphere was even more oppressive. The whispers returned and the shadowy figure loomed closer. At the altar, Riley began the incantation, his voice trembling. As he chanted, the room grew colder, and the whispers turned into screams. Shadows writhed around him, and the ground shook. Determined, Riley continued, reciting the words with more conviction. A blinding light filled the room, and the screams reached a fever pitch before abruptly stopping. Silence fell, and the oppressive air lifted. Exhausted, Riley collapsed to the floor. When he awoke, it was dawn, and the tower was eerily quiet. The sense of malevolence was gone. He left the tower, hoping the curse was lifted. Back home, Riley reviewed his footage one last time. The interference was gone, and the shadowy figure no longer appeared. He uploaded the final part of his journey, sharing his experience and warning others of the dangers. His channel soared in popularity, but Riley never forgot the terror he faced at the Devil's Tower. Years later, rumors persisted of the haunted tower, but Riley never returned. The villagers, relieved by his cleansing ritual, began to view the tower with less fear. Yet the legend of the Devil's Tower endured, a chilling reminder of the dark forces that once dwelled within its ancient stones.